Hello creatives, welcome to Artist Star. My name is Beth and I am at the gallery today for the Zodiac series. This reading is for Taurus, whose correlating major arcana card is the Hierophant. This is the artist card representing you as the open vessel ready to receive whatever source can draw from the well of infinite creativity. So Taurus, this is another new spread. This one's called the Creative Focus spread. So we're going to start with the first row here with the Archetype cards, and this question will be, where should I look to find my most essential energy at this time? Then the second row is going to be with the soul's journey, and it is, how best should I nudge this energy awake? And the third row is, what about this energy needs to be explored in more depth? And that's with the Creativity Oracle. Then we're going to follow up with the cards of truth and then narrow it down a little more with the Lenormand cards. Then we'll follow everything up with how else would Source guide me to stay in my creative power through this process. So we're going to use the Starseed cards and the Chin Tongue fortune telling sticks. So that should be fun. All right. So before we get started, I want to share that at this time of these readings coming out, it is Aries season. So we are all here to visit that energy of the naturally sure-footed masculine ram with Mars no-nonsense fiery action, as it's the planet that rules Aries. All being driven by the far-sighted, intuitive vision of a cardinal sign. So it is here to help us get where we want to go. But that being said, let's also have the self-awareness to take a time out to explore any feelings that are domineering or self-centered, impatient, or recklessly daring, or the opposite of all of that and feeling overwhelmed and naive, because all of that is good fodder for sorting through, learning more about ourselves when we recognize that we're this or that, and take that energy and channel it into your art. So, okay, Taurus, let's get started with the archetype cards here and see what you got. Trickster. Light attributes, transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. The shadow attributes, manipulating others through duplicity. Well, Taurus, we know that you can be stubborn and kind of goal-oriented, and that bowling through to get what you want, or how you go about just being your beautifully grounded self. So, yes, you're having this battle within of how you go about creating and being truthful and honest and striving to make things less stuffy and less conventional. You want to transcend into that beautiful creative self, letting in all of that lovely energy and staying out of the manipulating and trickstering when it's not coming. So, and this can be, with yourself, right? So you don't want to fool yourself as much as you don't want to lie to anybody else. There's many ways of manipulating yourself into thinking that you're doing things in the best creative way. So, okay, so this is what's going on for you, Taurus. let's see what the cards of truth have to say about it. Well, you got the King of Hearts. This is a great card for you to get here because this is all about having that stability of emotions. You knowing yourself really well and being comfortable in your you-ness, your unique you-ness. You know exactly who you are and how to go about getting where you want to go with the bigger picture in mind of emotionally taking care of yourself as well as taking care of everyone else around you, because this is what I like to call the granddaddy card. It is the excellence in leadership. So the thing about the cards, the King cards, is that it is through sacrifice. Yeah, so you're learning lessons the hard way, but it's transformation and revelation about yourself or other people, places, and things that are influencing you in some way. And it is about letting go of some limitation or some belief. So it needs to be basically torn down or deconstructed so that you can ultimately be able to serve your existence, yourself, and everyone in your vicinity better. Yeah, so it's kind of because the Kings take in the energy of the 7s, 8s, and 9s. So it's big energy, as you can imagine. It is being able to do the right thing in the most noble way possible. So 7s, tower moments, everything falling apart. 8s, being able to see through the chaos and understand what your motivation is all about, being able to go for that motivation. And then the 9s, being able to discard whatever isn't useful anymore, being open to new ideas. So that's a big one. This is a big deal for you, Taurus. This light and shadow attributes of the trickster is you being completely truthful with yourself. And where you got this King in the upright position, it tells me that you have a very, very good handle on that. So you know this energy. You've been here before. And yeah, well, let's see what the Lenormand card has for you. The Star card. This is nice. This is big energy too. Shining stars, bright in the sky, bodes joy from afar when happiness lies, or where happiness lies. In starlight dreams come true, hope is in sight, success is in view. So interesting. All right, so this is where your most essential energy is at this time. This is pretty big energy. But it is all about being truthful, especially with yourself, and what needs to be deconstructed and let go of, all for the betterment of you, your art, and everyone around you. All right, so let's look at the second row with the soul's journey and how best should I nudge this energy awake. Well, you got the balance card. So Taurus, you're pretty balanced as it is, very grounded, but you can also be pretty stubborn. You know this in life. So yeah, I know you like your material things and your physical comforts and all of that, and to find that perfect balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. So this is how you are to nudge this energy awake. All right, so finding balance. Well, it's a good idea to look at things from different angles, and it's a good idea to be reminded, as I have in these other previous videos, I've been reminded that to find the balance is in the process. This, as we were saying earlier, the deconstruction of what needs to be let go of, what's ready to be let go of, what's ready to be explored, and what's ready to be shifted in perspective. So in order to do that, you've got to weigh the pros and cons and look at things with a diplomatic eye, letting go of your needs and wants for things to be a certain something, and being open to receiving the truth of what really is the real. So for you, with this finding your balance within this decision making, this upset really, this deconstruction, and to hang on to you during this and stay in your true self, yeah, I would say just go ahead and make that vision board, write that pros and cons list, and rearrange the story so that you are looking at it from a different point of view, putting yourself in someone else's shoes. And as I've said, create two characters, create a story. They've both got completely different views, yet you have to make the argument of each, and then you are left with a diplomatic view and an ending to the story that is something that you have constructed out of rubble, really. Interesting. Big decision-making time for you, Taurus. There's something very, very juicy at the bottom of this, though. What can you build from this? I can only imagine what kind of art you're creating. Oh, gosh. 10 of Diamonds upright. Reward for effort in your skills, in your talents, in your financial abilities. Everything that's earthy and grounded and beautiful, and such opportunity to understand the value of what you're doing. Yeah, this is concrete and stable rewards. It is the big wish card. So you can ask the universe for whatever you need. It's realizing the value of yourself as well as everything else. It's finding the patience from start to finish, and it is reward for effort. So you could plant that seed and expect it to grow into the giant oak tree. It is just this really beautiful potential here for something big. You're dealing with king energy. Wow. And keeping in the balance while you come into this new understanding of you. All right, Lenormand, the tree. So, right? I'm seeing it through the forest for the tree. That is you hanging on to you, staying in your balance, being able to be you in a forest of other people. Wow. That is kingly and noble. The idea is just to stay in it, know yourself, all the better for it, and stay out of the feeling the need when you manipulating or getting what you want through enticing others to see things your way. You can still get what you want. You don't need to do that. You can stay in your power and still be the Taurus, be the bull, and steadfast and solid. If you don't want to move, nobody's gonna make you. Oh my goodness. But yes, keeping in mind, reward for effort. It is all right here for you. Just don't get tired and pick the easy way. This is you staying in your true kingly power. Okay, so let's look and see what about this energy needs to be explored more deeply. So with the Creativity Oracle, we have introspection. Introspection is often necessary to deepen our awareness of the unity and the divinity of life. So here you are, right? Seeking deeper introspection, going into that 7, 8s, and 9s, letting it go, realizing where you're being pulled to, and going ahead and exploring and experimenting, letting go what needs to let go, and incorporating what needs to stay. You becoming more you. I love it. Through introspection. This is so beautiful. Wow. I'm going to leave this upright so that you can see more of this picture. He's actually cutting through a lot of what he needs to let go of, including the demons. All right, cards of truth. Wow, the Queen of Spades in reverse. This is interesting to get here. We've got that queenly energy here, but it is somewhat obscured, not quite seeing it. So this is what needs to be more explored. This is how you're looking at things. When you meet that kingly 7, 8s, and 9s, to go in there and have a very deep, honest look at what's going on. Because the Queen of Spades, when she's in the upright position, she is the no bullshit queen. She gets in there and gets that job done. She's full of energy. She calls things as she sees them, and she's decisive. She got a ton of energy, and she's all about finding the remedies and the cures. So it might be a little tough to look at. It might be you going a little deeper in your introspection, finding and staying in that balance, because this is time to see through the illusions. So in the reverse, you're still tricking yourself that you see it and you know which way to go. Don't skate, dive deep. Yeah, you need to go a little bit deeper. What you think you know, there's another layer to the depth that you can take this. And what happens? You get to know you all the better, and you get to channel that feeling, that knowingness, that new, found, gooey, beautiful, emotional loveliness, and channel it right into your art. Let's look at the Lenormand. You got the book, and this is in reverse as well. So it speaks a little bit of an unwillingness to open up. So that's where you need to explore. to understand that there is another layer deeper to get into, and that that you'll be able to do it, because this is about that balance that we're speaking of and staying in that balance. So there you have it, Taurus. You've got work cut out for you here, but the depth that this can go in, and the big wish card that you can just ask for help with this. Get down into the next layer of that onion that you're peeling back of you. Cutting out those doesn't need, right? Through introspection. All right, let's do the fourth thing here, and how else will Source guide you to stay in your creative power? I'm doing this a little differently these days, or for this one anyway. I'm just gonna let the universe tell me, guide me as to what card is meant for you. This is the Starseed card. They always have such lovely, beautiful little messages. All right, for Taurus. Okay, we want this one. Surrender. Ooh, that's a big one to ask of you, Taurus. Surrender the need to control the outcome. Just be with life in this present moment. Wow, that is a big ask of you. It's a big ask of anyone, but that Taurus nature, it's hard to let go. But it's just about you. So, right? It's you being you. Surrender to that. Knowledge that there's something new for you. Yep. All right, so let's do the Chin Tongue Chinese fortune telling sticks. You just shake them, and the one that's out the furthest is the message for you. All right, there it is. A sudden acquaintance will be a benefit. Well, there you are. Beautiful. Okay, Taurus, best of luck to you, and thank you for watching. And as always, happy creating.